So let me just repeat it. I'm not going to give a speech. I would like to have a conversation because social and HR means that we all talk, and it pertains to everybody. So I'm going to ask questions from the very beginning, and this is your opportunity to engage in a conversation. Again, I'll try to be slow so everybody fully understands. Let me first of all ask the question, how many of you are working, whether in a part-time job or have an internship? Just raise your hands. How many of you? Only 8 people in the entire room? All right, so some of you are working. How many of you are looking to find a job or an internship? Great. We, by the way, have some internships for you in our company, so we should definitely talk. So some of you are looking for to find work. For those of you who are looking for a job, or for that matter, all of you, what do you think is the most helpful way of finding a job? Anybody would like to respond to that? What do you think is the most helpful way to find a job? What really helps you? Go ahead. Internet. So you said internet is a helpful way to find jobs. Correct. That's fine. Any other responses? Go ahead. Direct contact. Very good. Internet, direct contact. What else do you think helps you find a job? Yes, you have internet, you know somebody. What else do you think can help you? What is that? Network. But you know, this is a network too. What helps you within the network? Reference. But who gives you a helpful reference? Somebody who cares about you, right? And those are people who are your friends. So you're absolutely correct. Internet helps as a tool. We also know that direct contact helps, network helps. But having 1,000 people in your network doesn't mean you'll get a job or the job that you want. You will need to work with people who care about you, who will help you through the process, and make sure you're successful at the end with getting the job. And that's precisely what we are doing with Istasocial. It is about getting a job that you want through your friends. That is the main premise. And we have spent about 1 year building that platform, and we have frankly put in 9 years of our experience as a social media company, our heart into this platform. And when you think of friends, you know your friends are all on Facebook, correct? Does anyone not use Facebook in this room? Raise the hand. You don't use Facebook. You don't use Facebook, Burak? Most of you use Facebook, right? And that's where your friends are. Now, you may think that, well, Facebook is really not the place to do a job search. But these surveys are, by the way, almost a few months old. 16% of all job seekers, people who were looking for a job, said that they received a job referral through a friend at Facebook. 16%. And I think many of you who are looking for a job are probably would actually agree with that. Equally importantly, 48% of all job seekers said that they used Facebook for their job search activity, almost half. And very, very importantly, 3 out of 5 Facebook users worldwide, 3 out of 5, have declared their professional information on Facebook. So in other words, Facebook is already acting as a professional network. Even though it is a personal network, it's a family network, but it is also acting as a professional network. However, for most part, it doesn't have the tool, it doesn't have the applications to be an effective professional network. And that's why, you know, we have launched Istasocial. And we all know there are 32 million, in fact, this was 31. There are 32 million at least Turkish users on Facebook. There are 2 or 3 over here who are not. I don't know what their story is. But for most part, half of this country is on Facebook. And most of them, very importantly, are people in your demography, in your age group. So all your friends are there. So since we talked about it, that your friends help you get a job, and your friends are on Facebook, that's where Social comes in. So what I want you to remember, you can forget everything from this conversation, but please remember one thing, and that is that Social is job search powered by your friends. This is not what career.net does. They never say that. This is not what Jenny Brish does. This is not Secret CV does. These were all job boards that were built when internet was built 15 years ago, 20 years ago. You know, I say this with all due respect. They are dinosaur websites. They haven't evolved. They are not, it's tough for them to embrace social. However, you, as users, have grown up in a social world, in a mobile world. You expect, when you look for a job listing, who do I know there? Who are my friends? And that is the premise of Social. And you know, I'm going to quickly walk through just some of the screenshots. It's tough to see in this slide, but essentially this is our homepage. When you install Social on Facebook, we will show you some of the jobs based on your profile information that we think you will be interested in, and you can click on those jobs. If you go to a company, let's say Truxell, this is the way going forward companies will be represented. They will have a social, if you will, outlay to them. You know, they will post their jobs. You can see who your friends are, who are at Truxell, they can help you with, and their job listings. And this is my network, and even though most of the time I spend in Silicon Valley, so I'm not in Turkey, I still don't have a lot of people that I know here as firsthand. But even in my case, this is the companies that are in my network. At each of these companies, I have all these friends who can help me connect to these companies. That is the power of this kind of product. And that is what social HR is about. Mobile, very important. We made a huge effort to make sure that when we're building this product, we build it mobile out. So mobile experience is very different. How many of you have smartphones, iPhone or Android? Now I get some hands, finally. Good. And would you say that most of you go to Facebook through your mobile phones? For the most part, right? That's why these apps are so critical, and they are designed to be very simple, focusing on key functions that you need in order to connect with your friends for a job search. So this is what what the main home screen looks like. I would encourage you to install it and play with it on your iPhone or Android. And if you go to a company like Adecco, this is what you will see. You will see your company connections. You can connect with them if you already don't know them. You can post photos for companies. You can look what the company looks like. And then, very importantly, you'll see all the job listings. This will have dozens of them. And when you click on them, you'll see who are your friends who can help you with that job search. Let me pause here, and I want to take questions now before I give you a couple more points about Social. Please. Great question. And that is, and I'm sorry, your name? Afshin. Afshin asked the question, what is the main difference between Social and LinkedIn? And I have to say, every time I talk about Social, that's the very first question that comes up. So you asked the right question. The main difference is this. LinkedIn clearly is very successful. You know, it's founded in where I live, in Palo Alto. I know a lot of people there. Great company. But when it comes to international markets, a country like Turkey, LinkedIn took too long to localize. It was only last year when LinkedIn was launched in Turkish. And we know that in this country, even at ITU, I have to watch my English. I have to be careful because that's not, you know, your first language, and that's fine. So there is an issue with LinkedIn being able to address the needs of everybody in the country. The brand is more positioned as sort of high-end, premium jobs, technology, people who are bilingual. What we are doing with Insta Social is, and this is a very important point, and for any one of you who's taking marketing or brand management, please listen up. We are building a mass brand. I am not interested in only serving people who want to work in digital industry, in Kanyan Mall or in that area. I want to help everybody. We want to help everybody who's in this country who's on Facebook. Facebook is a mass brand. It's not a premium brand. 90% of internet users in Turkey are on Facebook. So it's a mass brand. So when you launch a job site on Facebook, you're actually building a mass brand. So we want to help everybody, not just people who want to be CEOs, but also people who are looking for a first sales job or a part-time job, or for that matter, a chauffeur job. That's fine, because that is Turkey. So that's a big, big difference. Number one, we are a mass brand. They are a premium brand. And secondly, we are local. It's very easy to say, I can translate a website. It becomes local. No. Translation is not equal to localization. You have to be here in this country. You have to have people like Burak and the teams here working with the HR departments, working with you people, interns from these universities, to make it a local community. So that's a big difference. Did I answer your question?
Do you have any that kind of service in the USA, another name on your companies, or just for giving this service?
So the question is this just in Turkey, or is it serving in USA? Well, first of all, Yonca Media Group is all our properties are focused on Turkey. We are a US company, and also we have an office in Silicon Valley, but we have offices in Istanbul as well, which is our main office. But this brand is positioned after this market. However, I'm going to use that point to show you what you should feel very proud about. We built this technology here in Istanbul, and the best part is this. We are using this technology now to power the social channel for job boards of other countries. This is jobs.ch. Most of you would not have heard of it. That's fine. It's the #1 job board in Switzerland. So we signed a deal with them, a license deal, where this software is powering their channel on Facebook. So we are going to other countries, but through a platform approach. That's right. So in the US, okay, good question. The question is there a similar site in the US? There's a site called Branch Out. Branch Out application, Facebook, is similar to us. And this serves primarily the US market. Other questions? Do you have a hand up there? Question? There has to be more questions. A lot of people in the room. All of you are on Facebook and will look for jobs. Go ahead, please. So the question is, and Burak, help me with this if I am not able to address it fully. I'm sorry, your name?
Omar.
Umar. Umar is my best friend today because Umar downloaded the app, and I hope everybody follows Umar's lead. And you did this on iPhone, right? And the question is, I installed the app, I have connected it. Do my friends have to have the Insta Social, they have to have downloaded Insta Social for me to connect with them? Burak, how would you respond to that? As long as they are your Facebook friends, you're connected with them through Facebook anyways, right? So we just bring along your Facebook network to Insta Social. So let's say if your friend, let's say if you're interested in a job at Avia, and you have friends who are at Avia, and we know that because you brought their network and you also brought their work history, you'll be able to connect through them to Avia job.
And one last question. When I look at the list right now, I know some of my friends in certain companies, but it seems like their title and the company name is empty. So do you get the API from Facebook? Like, do you understand?
Yes, yes. What we do is, and this is something I said at the very beginning, to Umar's point, when we get you, like for example, Umar, when we got you into Insta Social, it got all your profile information, your work history as part of import through the Facebook API. Whatever you declared there, it is part of a system. But you can go and edit your profile in Insta Social. Let's say if you want to add more things to it. Or you can import your profile from LinkedIn. If somebody is on LinkedIn and you want to import it from LinkedIn, it can quickly import that within a 2 minute, actually not even 2 minutes, less than that. In addition, you can also upload your CV. So all those options are available. What else? Question there, and then we'll go over there. Please go ahead. I'm sorry? The question is, and it's a great question, and I'm really glad you asked the question. I'm a university student. I'm in my first year, second year. Why do I care about this? Let me respond to this point in a general way. And for now, I'm going to take my Insta Social hat off. I'm not talking as an Insta Social guy or a YMG Media CEO. I'm just going to advise you, if you will, as your mentor from the industry. When I go back to my college years, and when I go back to my MBA years, you know, the people who were successful were ones who did not wait for the fourth year to say, okay, now let me see what's going on. No. You gotta know, and especially now, you're in a very competitive world. Look at a very talented group of people. They're all listening up on a Saturday afternoon. So I would say don't wait, whether it's this, LinkedIn, or for that matter, any other sites. Sign up, see what's happening, see what are the job listings, what do they say, what kind of skills they're looking for. That will guide you how you want to, you know, fashion your education at ITU over the next 3 years. You have the opportunity now. Go and meet with the people who work there, your friends who might be already working there, who are alumni from ITU, and say, I'm interested in your company, and I want to come have a conversation. What do you think I should do here? Can I get some extra skills that will make me prepared? All of that must happen now. It should not wait. So chances are, when you are applying in 2 years, 3 years, you will be ahead of the curve. You actually have fashioned your career pretty much along those dimensions. So short answer is, please do not wait. Follow Umar, download now. But long answer is, you know, it is important, regardless of which tool you use for you to develop your skill set. There was a question back there, and then we'll come back to you. Go ahead.
Let's say one day the social gets really big, and because big numbers of users, and that means you are making good money. And Facebook decides not to share professional information about its users. One day, we have a backup plan.
Great question. I love your question, by the way. So let me first of all make one correction. You said one day Insta Social becomes big. Well, it's happening as we speak. It's happening right now, people downloading stuff, and they're going to find value. We already have, I didn't share those numbers, we already have 330,000 people who have installed the apps. And we have, that gives us access to 24 million Facebook users. Because every time you come in, when Umar downloaded the app, he brought with him his, I'm sure, 1,000 friends along with him. So it's vital in that sense. The network becomes pretty big. And clearly we need to grow, and with all your help we will. But your question is, you're tied with Facebook. What if Facebook say, I'm not going to share with you any of the professional information? What will happen? Well, here is where I feel differently. You know, one of the benefits of this company is I am based in Silicon Valley. Before Facebook, I was at Yahoo. I'm sorry, before YMG Media, I was at Yahoo. And I work with those colleagues pretty closely. Facebook has become the, please let me know if you don't understand this. Facebook has become a social operating system for the world. There is a general trend in the internet that now you have vertical sites coming up. Airbnb for housing and travel, right? Spotify for music. It's a social for jobs. That trend is irreversible. Why? Because it's also in Facebook's interest. Because look at you, when you go onto these sites, we have users who spend 1 hour a day on some of these job search. They are engaging on the Facebook platform. And as they're engaging, Facebook is showing them all these ads that you never click on, but they still show them ads, right? So the whole platform strategy Facebook has is built on this idea that you want developers, you want other companies like ours, build these local apps in countries around the world. If they want to stop that, well, maybe we'll be in a loss, they'll be in a much bigger loss. So I don't expect that to happen. Having said that, what we have done is you can also do a lot of this content search without even logging in. If you just go to internet and type itsasocial.com, you don't have to log in. You can look at job listings, things that we aggregate. You only log in when you want to see your friends. So there's a lot of content that's available outside the Facebook walled garden. But your question was terrific. We are pretty sure the Facebook platform strategy is so critical for them that they want companies like us to build these kind of engaging experiences. Please, go ahead. So Afshin has a problem. His problem is, which is he thinks is a generally problem, I'm just picking on a little bit, that people don't want to share their personal information and they don't share. Well, it is true. People are privacy conscious. There's always some group of users who will not be comfortable sharing everything, and that's fine. But there are other folks who are increasingly okay with it. And I showed you the data of how many people use Facebook for job search. So they are clearly sharing the information. What we find is when you sign up, you can choose what information you want to share. You can choose to not declare everything, and you can go back and also change your privacy settings within Facebook to control that. So Facebook, thanks to them, because this is such a big topic, they have to be very they've given users now a lot of the power to manage how much you want to share when it comes to your content and also notifications. So I don't see an issue. Obviously, it's a mass platform. There will always be some people who would want to share. There's some people who would be a little bit uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, and let me say this is a very important point. Please, guys, give me some attention. No side conversation, please. Thank you for just a few minutes. At the end of the day, for any product, whether it's a technology product or a restaurant, it's the value that matters. If we deliver value and if we help you with your job search, you'll come back and start sharing more information. If you don't deliver the value, you will actually deinstall the app. That's why the onus is us and on Burak and our team to make sure this truly helps you find the right opportunity. So I'm not worried about that because we've built such a wonderful platform that I think people will take that extra step of, oh, let me share and see what happens. All right, a few more questions. We have some time. Please go ahead. Yeah. How do we make money? First of all, let me correct something. We are not a social network. We are on Facebook. We don't need a social network. Facebook is a social network. When Umar came in, and because he downloaded the app, I'm going to keep referring to him. I hope he doesn't mind. When Umar came in, he brought his social network. We don't have to build that. We are not building a community. We are simply a job search on top of a social network. So that's something very clear. How do we make money? It will be free for you guys, always, as job seekers. We make money through the companies. Their job listings, when they place them, they'll have to pay up, just like they do with career.net, the same model. And also, when we are sending job listing, and you click on a job, you go to another site where it was posted, we get commission from them. So our model is a referral model, as well as a model that relies on fees from companies. And actually, I'm going to use your question to share with you this example. This is Denise Bank, and this hasn't been launched. We're working with them. It's a very rough design. This is the future of how banks and telcos and other companies will promote themselves. Today, all big companies have their Facebook pages, right? You've seen them. But they also want to build their talent brand, their HR brand on Facebook. And they are increasingly saying, guys, tell us how to do it. Well, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to give them a tool for them to create this, very simple pages with all the information, but it has a social wrapper around it. This is what is not going to be free for them. They're going to pay. So that's how we're going to monetize. More questions. This side is a little bit quiet, so I don't know what's there, but other than some folks here. Any further questions? There's two more. And actually, let me just take from there, and then I'll come to you if you don't mind. Please go ahead. Are the companies officially registered or? Oh, no, no, these are companies. We have pulled this information when a user comes in, they have their company information, right? We bring that, we then make sure it's correct, and we actually match, because sometimes Turkcell can be, referenced in 20 different ways, right? So we have a team within our team that literally just goes and makes sure it optimizes those. So this is all, actual companies. Once in a while, you get content that's not accurate, we delete that. That happens with content on any website. But these are actual, real companies. These are real job listings. And by the way, these job listings are posted on career.net. We are aggregating them. We are, if you will, crawling from those job boards. Please go ahead. Right. So your question is, if I'm using the app and I'm looking for a company, can they look at me and see what I'm doing and target me? Yes. Yes. So absolutely, that is the whole point of the app, right? It's a wonderful question, and Brock, you may want to help me if I'm missing something. But one of the main reasons why we're doing this is because your friends know you, right? And they can recommend you jobs. Do we have a recommend feature today? We do. Yeah, so when you're sharing, you can just take a job listing and you can share. You can put it on your wall, message you and say, hey, you will like this. You said last night over drinks that you're looking for this area. This is it. And by the way, I know somebody there. So we can do that. It's already part of the Facebook infrastructure. It's part of how we share. Secondly, and a deeper question, which I don't know if you asked, but let me answer this for you. There's a lot of data on you that we are capturing. So when you come to this site, and by the way, you're coming with your real identity, right? You are looking for various job postings. You are looking for companies. We know, our system learns what your interests are. Next time when you come back in, we'll show you on this Facebook notification, where we'll say, by the way, Miss X, or, these are the jobs you may like. And when you click on it, you'll see jobs that are in your industry or in the function that you're interested in, along with your friends. So the system learns your interest and it suggests those jobs. Mm-hmm. Right, right. Yes. Yes. And final question, and a very important question, which is something we all should know. The question is, if my friends work at Ulker and I am interested in Ulker, can Ulker ask my friends, what do you think of her? Yes, they can do that, and they're doing that today already, by the way, through Facebook. But that's why companies say we are using Facebook already for recruiting, but they do it without a proper tool or an app. So you have to be careful what photos you post on Facebook. Just kidding. But that's already happening, right? But in this system, we can do that, and we have provided those features for you to be able to do that. There were a few more hands. Yes, go ahead.
As you know, major recruitment websites like Career.net,
Yes.
or Swiss are dominating the HR market in Turkey.
Right.
My question is, do you really think these websites will be able to survive against the social networking trends?
Excellent question, and it was not a setup question for me. They've done a good job, but as I said, they were launched when some of you were not even born, frankly. Your generation has grown up in this idea that you want to see things social. You want to touch, it's not one dimension. You want to see, triple dimension around things. So, and it's very difficult for those companies, Web 1.0 companies, to embrace social because their systems are architected in a different way. They don't have the DNA of a social company. It's very tough for them to do it. I actually feel absolutely that if they do not embrace social and mobile, they will have significant challenges. And they're already having that. Somebody will eat their lunch. In this market, hopefully yes, but elsewhere it's happening. If you look at the US, Monster.com, Hot Jobs, they are the career.net of US. They are being devastated by LinkedIn. They're gone. And these are mega sites. Hot Job was owned by Yahoo when I was at Yahoo. Yahoo had to give it up pretty much. So the same trend will follow here. Now, we talk to these partners. In fact, I know all of these CEOs, the great folks, and they want to adapt, but it's difficult to adapt because there is a legacy of 15, 20 years. They don't have the talent. With our case, we are a social media company with Yonja, other websites, so we have the social experience. We've had people who worked on the Facebook platform for almost 5 years, 7 years, so it comes naturally. But short answer is, it'll be very challenging for these websites to survive if they don't embrace. Do you want to rap in Turkish? No, it should be fine. Just one last question, and then we'll just finish up. Any final, really tough question for me? Well, you guys are very nice. Well, that's a tough question. Go ahead. I'm sorry, which website are you referring to? Craft.com? .net. So they've already stopped it. I mean, career.net has, there's apparently a site by career, which we haven't even heard of it, which was started by career.net. We know for a fact that they are not successful with that strategy. So it's, again, it's difficult for them to embrace new technologies when they don't have the domain. Let me just give you a last thing. Give it a try, guys. If you are, obviously you have your smartphones, install it, play with it. Don't wait for the last year. You had a great point. Look for your opportunities now. Fashion your education according to those opportunities. If you want to follow Issa Social on Twitter, if you're on Twitter, here's the handle. If you want to follow me, that's my handle for tweets about not just this company, but also about Silicon Valley, about the trends and other things that I track. But I want to wish you all the best. I'll just say this: the time that you have here doesn't come back. So I was in college 20 years ago. So make the most of it, and good luck with everything. Thank you.